All of us through this very, very confusing life are on similar journeys, but at the end of the day, very unique journeys to our own personality, perception of reality, goals, hopes, dreams, fears, insecurities, how we were raised, what we have learned through our life. All of these various events will shape and mold our unique journey and unique perception on life. But what I want people to understand is within this life, if you learn to control your mind, if you learn to lead your mind into productive thoughts and action that can lead into more fulfillment for yourself, that you will be nothing but happier and you have total power and control to do this by yourself. Okay? So what I've been noticing as I'm on my own unique journey and I'm meeting a lot of people who have similar wants and needs, similar hopes and dreams of achieving some type of monetary freedom, because they think that monetary freedom will allow them to be as happy as they possibly can. And this may be very true. With monetary freedom, you can help your family, you can help your friends, you can help your loved ones and anyone else in your life, you can help yourself, you can have more free time depending on how you achieve this monetary freedom, and you can increase the quality of your life as modern day survival is primarily linked to the dollar. But it is a very, very difficult path, and it is a solo path where you must understand yourself through periods of full solitude. And then we can fully be able to grasp and scope what we as individuals want out of this life. So this is just a quick little rant, a quick little motivational, a quick little wake-up call, so we can wake up from this distracted state. We can wake up from this state of confusion. We can wake up from this state of misery and depression and sadness. And we can learn that being in solitude, that being alone, that working through your thoughts, that creating goals and having actionable plans towards those goals is achievable by any human being on this earth. It doesn't matter where you were born. It doesn't matter about your religion. It doesn't matter about your ethnic background. It doesn't even matter about your financial come up. I have actually noticed in my friendship circles and with anybody who inspires me that the people who are the wealthiest, the people who are the most successful, they truly came from nothing. I have this one family friend who was born in Iraq, and he was literally born with 10 or 12 siblings in a mud hut. No air conditioning, no electricity, the fear of invasions, the fear of bombings. 5 out of his 12 siblings were killed when they were very young through attacks and military conflict that was going on in Iraq. Others died from disease that was developed in very poor living conditions. This one individual still persevered, was still able to develop the resources to move to Canada, and came to Canada with nothing in his pocket, developing restaurants and developing food businesses from the ground up over the last 30 to 40 years. It is because he came from nothing. It is because he came from suffering. It is because he came from pain and learned to walk a path on his own and forge his own path in this mystical universe that he has been able to live such a fulfilling life, that he has such a solid and genuine character, that he has morals and ethics that cannot be swayed, that cannot be manipulated, a willpower and spirit stronger than no other. And at the end of the day, these types of people do not get paraded in society. They do not get publicly displayed. They do not get shown off. You have to go on your own and find these people, because as we go through this search of the earth for what we want out of life, what is normalized in society, what is promoted in society, what is shown in society is all extremely destructive. It is meant to keep us mentally weak. It is meant to keep us physically weak. In this state of confusion, weakness, and fear, we are the most susceptible to manipulation. We are the most susceptible to allowing our thoughts to be decided for us. And that's not what anybody wants. That's why in society, anybody who has more freedom, anybody who has more leadership skills or more monetary wealth, they are idolized. They are seen as a rarity. And yes, of course, in this society where it's designed that 99% fail, of course, somebody who is labeled quote unquote successful is going to be very, very rare. But the true understanding is that any of us can enter that path. Any of us can go on this journey of finding our own serenity, of finding our own happiness, of finding what's really going to make us fulfilled. And I also wanted to do this webinar where once you enter this period of solitude, once you enter this period of self-reflection, once you enter this period of strengthening your will, where you only will do what is going to bring you success in your own right. Now, you may also learn through this period of self-reflection and thinking that monetary gain and potentially gaining more freedom in life through monetary gain may not make you fulfilled. I know individuals in my life who are older than me have gone through the hustles of business, buying and selling in sales, earning a lot of money, buying a nice house, having a nice car in their driveway, having their kids and family fed. And yes, they feel fulfilled, but inside they are not truly happy. Some of these individuals are not truly happy until they have serenity in nature, until they have their own peace of mind and comfort within their mentality. So everybody's journey is going to be unique in that sense, but everybody's journey is also similar with the variety of trials and tribulations that we will inevitably face. You're going to inevitably face suffering. Your loved ones will die. It is life and death and the constant cycles of life and death. You're going to face heartache. You're going to face failure. You're going to face roadblocks. But at the end of the day, what separates the 99% from the 1% is those who have the adversity to continue walking through the abyss. Those who have the adversity to see the world is crumbling around them, but they still hold the willpower and strength to stick to their morals, to stick to their ethics, to go after what they want in life and chase it with the utmost passion, chase it with the utmost effort. That is the defining factor. Everybody's going to face challenges, whether it's in trading, whether it's in business, whether it's in marriage, raising your children, whatever it may be. All of us will face challenges. All of us will face hurdles, trials, and tribulations. All of that is unavoidable. Suffering in life is unavoidable, especially as a man. If you avoid suffering and challenges in your life, you will never grow. You will never change as a man. Doesn't matter if you're 30 years old. Doesn't matter if you're 40 years old. Doesn't matter if you're 50 years old. I know plenty of 50-year-old individuals who you could physically say are men based on their age and based on their stature, but at the end of the day are mentally still little boys because they never fought through the adversity. They never stuck with their iron will. Any challenges, they folded. Any commitment, they ran. Any discipline needed, they stayed away from it. Everything was always avoided, where at the end of the day, this 50-year-old individual is still a boy, is still a boy dealing with his feelings, is still a boy dealing with his emotions. And the reason why I'm being so universal in this little motivational rant and speech is because the concepts to find success, whether you want to be a pro athlete, whether you want to be successful in your career and high end in the corporate area, you want to be a lawyer, a doctor, an engineer, you want to create inventions that change and innovate the world, you want to be a successful investor or trader, the universal concepts of human nature and psychology to achieve the utmost greatest success in any of those ventures is the same. The discipline, the dedication, the mental fortitude, going through trials and tribulations, the perseverance to develop your character, the emotional control and emotional intelligence needed, the understanding of risk versus reward, the understanding of taking advantage of opportunities, avoiding things that can damage your pathway to success. All of these mentality concepts, all of these psychological concepts to find success in your own right are all the same. Okay? So what I have been noticing in the modern age is, of course, the majority of people are very easily distracted. Even people who are the most motivated, the motivation can really, really be short-lived. And my advice to that is you have to find something bigger than yourself to fight for. Yes, you can be very motivated with your own personal gain of getting your body in great shape, or of getting your mind in a better state of well-being, or developing your finances so you can have more freedom yourself. But in my opinion, independent motivations can only last so long in a destructive society that is throwing mountains at you, that is throwing hills and valleys and highs and lows at you, distractions at every single angle, every single day. It can be very difficult to continue fighting where the fight in war is against you from a mental and monetary perspective if you're only in it for yourself, right? Let me give you an example of some motivating factors for myself that is bigger than just me. An example of my body and wanting to be more fit and wanting to be healthy. Yes, that's for me. Yes, that's for health. Yes, that's for having more confidence and developing the body I want, but it's also for my future offsprings, my children in the future, so I can inspire them correctly and teach them based through action on how to take care of your body, take care of your mind, increase your confidence, and extend that spirit and will past my inevitable death, and hand those lessons down to the next generations in my bloodline that follows. It's also to create longevity. At the end of the day, even if your family is very small, even if you feel very alone, you do have people who love you. You do have people who want you alive and who want you to live as healthy and as long as possible. Keeping yourself in a good physical state of being and in good health also brings ease of mind to your loved ones. It gives them more confidence that this person they care so much about is taking care of themselves, is really looking after themselves. It gives more peace of mind to them as well, right? So the example is that, yeah, of course, wanting to be as strong as possible for myself, of course, wanting to have more confidence in my body, of course, wanting to be physically more attractive as well and have an aesthetic body. Those are all personal motivations and very strong motivations. But what pushes me on the days where I don't want to go to the gym, where I don't want to cook, where I don't want to meal prep, where I'm seeing all these fast food advertisements online, what pushes me through those days is the thoughts about my impact on others in the future. My family, my friends, my future generations and bloodline that I will create with this natural life and death process that we go through, right? Another example, from a monetary perspective, of course, wanting to be rich and have freedom in materialistic things can be great motivation factors. But what I have noticed is that type of motivation can be very short-lived, and also developing money to chase materialistic items or materialistic events is not going to bring you happiness in the long term. This is why I notice people, when they want to make money, they get motivated in the short term because they're depressed and down about their life. All right, this is it. Today's the day I finally make a change. Today's the day I stop being a fat ass and I'm going to start learning about trading. All of that is very, very short-lived if you don't have something bigger you are fighting for, something bigger you are hunting for, something bigger you are producing for, right? Whether that be wanting to help your community and give back to the area where you were raised and helping others who are down and out, whether that be being able to give back to your parents, your brothers and sisters, and allowing them more doors of opportunity thanks to your sacrifice, thanks to your blood, sweat, and tears. Whether that be making life easier for your next generation to come and your sons and your daughters, not spoiling them, but opening up a door of opportunities that you never had, where you're still going to give them very valuable lessons of discipline, of being grounded, of being humble, but they can take everything they've learned from you. They can take all of that knowledge, and on top of that knowledge, have doors of opportunities available to them if they show you the hard work and discipline. That is an absolutely beautiful thing, right? So at the end of the day, we are all on this journey together through this confusing, fucked up, vicious, and ruthless life dictated by human nature and psychology, really only on the pursuit of power, control, and 1% of the population controlling the 99%. All of us who are in the 99% are in that same boat in some way or fashion. We're all dealing with those trials and tribulations. We're all in the same game, but we have the power where once we understand the rules of the game, once we understand the boundaries and different restrictions of the game, that we can manipulate this game in any way we favor if we have the mental fortitude, if we have the discipline, and if we have the willpower to do so. So whether that is in trading, I want everybody to find this state of peace and serenity where you are on this hungry path of success, this hungry path of fulfillment, but you enjoy the process. You're not burning yourself out. You're not feeling like you're overwhelming yourself. Every single day you wake up able to breathe. Every single day you wake up with your basic functions of smell and hearing. You wake up with a bed to sleep in. You wake up with a roof over your head, a light switch you can turn on, a toilet you can flush, food you can put in the fridge. You are blessed. You are above 50% of the world population in minimum, who's getting bombed in a war-torn country, who is getting destroyed by poverty, who is getting destroyed by famine, living in mud huts with no access to even 1% of the resources and opportunities you have. Don't let social media pollute your mind. Don't let your friends and family's negativity pollute your mind. Your situation, even being able to sit at a computer, at a laptop, or at your phone, and even listen to these words is absolutely amazing. It's beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful things you could ask for. So have gratitude. Having gratitude will allow you to enjoy your process through any type of trials and tribulations, and be grateful for the little opportunities, the little amenities, and the little resources you have access to that majority of the world does not, and the majority of the world would switch with you in a heartbeat, right? So I want to do more of these motivational rants. Of course, I'm going to continue to do the educational psychology webinars and dive deeper into psychology and human nature concepts so people learn a lot. But we also need these types of psychology webinars where you understand all of the power to mold the world in the shape and forms that you want is in your hands. And if you don't believe that, look at the world now. Look at how large and vast the world is. Look at how deep and interconnected industries are. All of this was man-made. All of this started from a thought in a man's brain, then through constant action and discipline. Yes, a lot of it was achieved in corrupt ways, but that is human nature. You have to still understand that all of this came from the thoughts in the brain of a man, no different than you or I. So take control of your life, take ownership of your life, have gratitude, and work your fucking ass off every single day so you can be fulfilled and proud of yourself. And no one else can ever tell you otherwise.